Sassy Stuff. What's up? I'm Molly, and I'm here with my new friend Chizzy today. We're going to talk all things about this huge rivalry that's happening this weekend between Mizzou and University of South Carolina, the Gamecocks. These teams lay close to my heart, especially growing up in the Carolinas. The Gamecocks were always the talk of the town. Everybody wanted to go to USC. Chizzy, tell me, how are you feeling about this game coming up, especially you're a Mizzou fan, correct?
Yes, correct. I graduated from the University of Missouri, so I already know all about this rivalry, the Mayor's Cup, and who is the Royal Columbia? That's the question we have to answer. But South Carolina is just looking a little bit as if they're not the Royal Columbia this time around. Last season, South Carolina did win. We'll give you guys that, but Mizzou leads the Mayor's Cup 8-6. So adding the addition of LaNorris Sellers being a question for South Carolina, I think Mizzou is going to have this in the bag. I feel as though LaNorris Sellers is going to be the difference maker in figuring out if South Carolina even has a chance. But overall, I feel like Mizzou is going to win. I think it's more of the question of what South Carolina needs to do to continue just to have a foot in the game instead of being stomped on like they kind of did versus Vandy.
Yeah, and I do think, obviously, we're filming today on Wednesday. We won't know until later this evening if he's able to play. But Shane Beamer says, if you don't practice Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't care who you're not playing. So this is an interesting game because I just don't know how much we're trusting QB2 right now. And that was such a tough hit. I think all of the games this weekend had a small or big injury. And I'm just like hoping that these kids stay healthy. At the end of the day, the teams that are going to advance to the SEC championship have to stay healthy mentally, physically, spiritually. And that's really the only thing they have to do. They have to play good, play hard, and they have to stay healthy. And unfortunately, we're only in the first month of college football, and we're seeing a lot of injuries. So whatever we're doing, I hope we're playing safe this weekend as well.
Yeah, I am very interested to see how South Carolina pulls this out. I think there's some things they can do and capitalize on versus Mizzou, but um I don't really see the light at the end of the tunnel for this one, for this game. But that might just be my Mizzou bias.
South Carolina's last win in Como was in 2017. So this is going to be a big game. If South Carolina could pull this off, this would be a huge deal. I know you are a little biased in this,
A
but would
hundred percent.
would you like to see a fair game? Would you like to see everybody healthy and being able to play, or are you kind of enjoying this moment, like reveling in it in a way?
I think for me, when South Carolina was ranked per before the Vandy loss, it was very exciting to see like Mizzou's finally going to have like a matchup that people will be like, okay, Mizzou is a standout team, because a lot of my Mizzou friends and I are kind of like, Mizzou's kind of like skating under the radar. We're not getting the credit that we deserve. Beau Pribula has been amazing. The offense has been great. For instance, Ahmad Hardy, who leads the SEC in rushing, and he's second in all college football. Like everyone's just kind of like being like, "Oh yeah, it's Mizzou." I even watched another podcast that was talking about that. Like Mizzou's just kind of like, "Ah, yeah, they're there." So I feel like if South Carolina was ranked, we would be getting more kudos. And I feel like we need to dominate this game regardless of if Sellers in it or he's out, just to have a point of, hey, like, wait, did you guys see Mizzou? Like they're 4-0 now. We're praying for a Tennessee Georgia type of vibe that was given to us that we were so blessed with the other week. But yeah, I hope LaNorris is good. But then it's also that question of, do you put him in for the risk again because he just came out with a concussion, rather than just being like, hey, you know what, as a team we're not going to have him play so we can have him healthy and 100% for all of our next matchups to come. It's a hard decision.
There was nothing like that Tennessee Georgia game last weekend. That was such a good game.
It was a masterpiece.
I don't know who wrote that one, but that one was good.
That was very good script, and they followed it 100%.
I'm ready for season two.
Me too. I'm just like all the SEC matchups to come be like that because that's all we need. I felt like I was back in like I don't know like 2022 college football. Like it did not feel like 2025 football, and I loved it. I loved every second of
The
it.
best. No, that missing that last game winning field goal, that feeling. I, as a Texas fan, do know, unfortunately. So, prayers with those Tennessee people this week. But, yeah, you know what? Best of luck to everybody this weekend. I think this is going to be a great weekend. Chizzy, do you have anything else to add?
No, just MIZ. We're gonna take home the win, and hopefully, the college football world will just respect us more.
Well, we will see what happens this weekend in this big rivalry. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and we will see you next week.